Cheers, Canadian wine lovers. Here we are. It's Wine Wednesday. We're about to head to California, of all times to go. So update on that and big updates on what's coming up in the club, what you can expect, and all that awesome kind of stuff. Cheers. Hey, wine lovers.
Canadian wine lovers, girls, wine club members, welcome, welcome. I am sideways.
You're okay. Tracy, we're not in California yet. We're leaving tomorrow.
Absolutely. Yeah, not yet. We will, though. We will. So excited. I mean, I'm not excited for the flight. I'm not excited for tomorrow. I'm just excited for what's in my glass right now. I'm just excited for what's in front of me. I have 4 wines. I haven't tasted them at all. I have no clue if they're good or not. I know where they're from. It's not blind. It's just so exciting. So can't wait to talk to you about that. So Mira, how are you doing?
Good. Well, it was a crazy day. So if you were to see where I am right now, I have a mug of coffee, a glass of water, 4 glasses of wine, another glass of water, 2 keyboards, 2 mice. I keep getting confused which mouse is which, that kind of thing. So it's a little chaos around here because we're submitting an approval cut for our TV series this fall. And of course, I have had the biggest crash course on being a producer and doing everything from A to Z on my own when I've never done that before. So that's been fun. Not much
fun.
But you know what I'm doing? I'm opening a wine for you, Carl.
Oh, I do?
Tasting wine.
Ah, that's exciting. That's pretty darn exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to answer Tracy's question, we're going to California tomorrow, not Southern California. Thank you.
Before we keep going, you might to check the link. Where are we right now on Facebook? Or because I have nothing here. I have no feed. No.
There's something a little bit off, but I think we're okay. Yeah.
Are you?
Don't turn yourself. Don't keep turning yourself.
Well, I mean, I try, but yeah,
I think you're okay now. You're actually the right way now. There you go.
I know I'm not the right way, but anyway, I can't see nothing on the screen, but that's okay. I can talk. So let's keep talking and we'll talk about wine. We'll taste wine. And
I just opened the...
Well done. Well done. Oh, you're getting good at it. You're getting really good. Really, really good. So, last week, what happened with us last week in the world of Canadian wines? I mean, we've been filming, we've been touring Summerland, talking to winery owners.
Good one.
Well,
it's just my facial expressions. I'll fix that.
I mean, you're just opening something really, really aromatic, I guess.
Yeah, it's very nice. Very nice.
Oh, right.
Cool. I'll let you do a little intro in French. I'll come up and bring you your blind tasting wine, and we'll go from there.
Perfect. Thank you, Mira. So, welcome everyone. Bonjour tout le monde. Un beau bonjour en français à tous nos amateurs de vin francophones à travers le pays. On veut vous dire un beau bonsoir. C'est mercredi, c'est Wine Wednesday. On va parler de vin canadien. J'ai 4 vins d'un vin de l'Ontario en face de moi présentement, de la région de Lake Erie, North Shore. Et puis, je vais les décrire. J'ai pas goûté à aucun de ces vins encore. Mais on feature, j'ai goûté à 20 de leur vin, mais ces 4 vins-là, précisément, je n'ai pas goûté encore. Fait restez à l'écoute. Je vais les décrire puis je vais leur donner un score. Donc, c'est ça, on parle de Californie parce qu'on s'en va en Californie demain. Je sais que c'est pas trop le temps. On s'en va pas dans le sud, par exemple. On s'en va dans le nord, à San Francisco. Puis ensuite, on s'en va pour Las Vegas. Las Vegas pour 4 jours. Après ça, on vient pour notre conférence de vin, la conférence Free the Grape à Monterey en début de semaine prochaine. Donc, oui, on est occupé cette semaine, bien occupé. Pas rien qu'un peu, mais bien occupé parce qu'on part demain. Puis en plus, on est en train de soumettre notre premier épisode pour notre émission de vin qu'on fait sur la vallée de l'Okanagan, des 9 épisodes sur 9 différentes sous-régions de la vallée de l'Okanagan. Donc, on est en pleine soumission présentement de la première épisode. Ça, ils appellent ça la first cut. Hein? Fait que ça brasse. Tout va bien, mais on a goûté des vins absolument fantastiques dans la dernière semaine. On s'en parle plus un petit peu plus tard. Let's back to you guys in English.
Cheers.
Cheers. Oh.
Beautiful.
Oh, yeah?
I love that smell.
Yeah. Smells like Merlot. Smells good. Mira's putting the big dogs out, so yeah. See what's happening?
Yeah, that's a little odd.
Isn't it?
Yeah. But you can see me when I'm there, right?
I can see you when you're there. I can see.
Perfect.
So, I mean, keep talking, right?
Yeah.
That's what we do. So, welcome, Canadian wine lover, from all of you guys across the country. It's now, 5:15 Eastern time, 5:15 Pacific time, 8:15 Eastern time, and it's Wednesday. It's time to have a glass of wine. What is in your glass? Where are you tuning in if you're with us? Where are you across the country? And what's in your glass? Mira, have something TBD, something to be determined.
Many things here. Like I got, look at this. Is a great mug. Everything, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, that nose. Oh my God. And
I
then
know,
you
I know.
My glass. 2 reds. I mean, it's winter. I hear there's a polar vortex coming. Ooh, these are very different wines. I'm so excited. Are you going to tell me what's in my glass, or do I have to guess and you have to guess?
I'm blind tasting you too.
Really?
I do. But you have a rosé. You have the Mouchadre rosé in your glass.
Yes, this one.
So, and it's very good. Really, really, really good. I'm super liking it. I'm not sure. I have to say, but I'm suspecting it's probably Cap Franc. Or no, 23. It's a blend of.
So this is Mouchadre from Lake Erie North Shore. That
95% Merlot, 5% Vidal.
Ooh, 95% Merlot, 5% Vidal. I like that.
Yeah, and see how clear it is? Like nice little strawberry color, salmon. That's a beautiful color of rosé. You remember, like when we do our rosé marathon every year, right, Mira? And we often struggle with the rosé Merlot, especially from Bleed, right?
Yeah.
If I have to say, this is by far my favorite Merlot rosé that I've tasted in a very long time. 95% Merlot, 5% Vidal. This is fantastic rosé, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is actually very nice. I was going to say, yeah, we struggled with the Merlot-based rosés. There's a bit of an aggression to them sometimes. And I think that Vidal is a stroke of genius in this one.
I think so. And bring a little bit of floral notes, but also that crunchy cranberry, crab apple, bright acid. And there's a tannin to it, I love that with rosé when you get a little tannin on the back end.
A little grip there, yeah.
A little grip in the back end, like mouth-watering acidity. So I like that a lot. I mean, it's cold here, but hey, guess what? There's nothing we can do about it. But it's warm in the house. The fireplace has been going on for 2 days right now because we're filming our little fire. We have the fireside chat that we're doing. And I mean, it's warm in the house with that rosé. It's
I love
pretty
it.
kick-ass. It's
Perfect.
pretty kick-ass right now. Rob, good evening. Good evening. Tracy and Jim, welcome. Now, people starting to tune in. I mean, I was worried. We were like, I don't know if the feed had hard time to connect with the platforms, but now people are tuning in, and it's awesome. Everyone, I want to know where you are across the country, and I want to know what's in your glass. I have four Mouchadre wines in front of me. Mira, I'm not telling you what you have, but
Well, I know I have the Merlot, which I'm really enjoying.
Merlot Vidal Rosé, yeah.
Merlot and 5% Vidal in this rosé, which is really nice.
And I have a big boy wine here in front of me that Mira's blind tasting me on. A first sniff, I is thinking of Merlot right out of the gate. So that's what my nose is telling me.
But don't you agree that this is like a wow nose?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Such a
Absolutely.
sophisticated and lovely nose. I love that one.
Yeah.
It's just like when the nose is like that, you know this is going to be a great wine. Like I'd fall off my chair if it's not a phenomenal wine. Sunny but cold. Ah, yes. I think it's a polar vortex is on the way. I think so. Good evening, Stacy and Jeff. So nice to see you guys.
So grippy. So it's a young wine that I'm thinking. Yeah, grippy, young. On the palate, though, I don't think it's more red fruit. I don't think it's a Merlot.
Oh.
Smelled like Merlot, but I don't think of the palate.
Well, Jim and Tracy are having a Cab Merlot from Lakeside.
There you go.
A lot of Merlot happening now. Merlot Rosé, possibly a Merlot in Carl's glass.
I'm not sure about that. Though. I have a Merlot too here in my glass.
Oh, okay.
So before I go back, no, it's not. Before I go back in your blind here, let me go to my Merlot, okay? Because that's the 2020 Mouchadre Merlot in there.
Okay.
They moved on to their 2021 vintage. We already tasted the 21 Meritage during the Red Blend Marathon, and I believe that I gave the 92 points or 91 plus for the Mouchadre Meritage. I really enjoyed it. So now I have the 100% Merlot. We already tasted the 21 Cap Franc. Where is the Franc? Yeah, 21 Cap Franc. You remember, Mira? We had that sample in November, and geez, this Cap Franc absolutely impressive. With $22, that Cap Franc is worth stacking the cellar with that. I think 22 something incredible. I give it a 92 plus points, I believe. So now I have the Merlot. This is Mouchadre from Lake Erie North Shore.
So you're saying what's in my glass is not the Mouchadre Merlot. Okay. Is it Mouchadre though? In my glass?
Yeah.
It is?
Okay. It is. That Mouchadre Merlot is very fresh and crisp. That's interesting. I like that. I'll give it a score in a few minutes. I want to let it breathe a bit, but young. Funny because it's a young wine on the palate, but it's a 2020. Where's that bottle? Oh, right here. It's a 2020 vintage. So more on red fruit, that Merlot. So it's very interesting. Very, very interesting. What do you have in your glass? How do you like that?
Well, it's really nice. I like the nose. And then I tasted it. And then I get a tiny bit of like milk chocolate on the finish.
Okay. Interesting.
I know. It is interesting. It wasn't what I expected.
Interesting. So I want to go back to what you gave me, okay? Because I'm pretty intrigued. And after that,
I guess because I'm terrible at blind tasting. I mean,
Oh, you want to
you
guess
might as well
yours? Go ahead. Go ahead.
just throw it out there without thinking too much, because if I think more, I mean, it'll just get worse. So, uh,
Get rid of it. Get rid of it, baby. Come
clearly
on.
a red.
Huh?
It's clearly a red.
It's clearly red. You're right. You're
I
right.
believe an Ontario red.
It is. I just told you it's Mouchadre, so yes, it is Ontario.
Okay,
So
it's Lake Erie North Shore.
yeah, you're good. You're good.
So I don't know, Cap Franc, Syrah. I'll just start naming them.
Name them all. Name them all, and I will tell you when you hit the one where we know.
I'm not going to say Merlot because you said it's not the Merlot. So.
It's not the Merlot. It's not the Rosé. It's not the Riesling. So you're getting there. You're getting there. It's not the Syrah. The Syrah, we already have the tasting notes. I already gave it a 94 points. We're featuring that wine next week. So now it's not the Syrah. Cap Franc, we already tasted it in November. I gave it a 92 plus point.
Instinct was Pinot Noir. But
it's not the Pinot. I didn't open the bottle of Pinot.
It's too like bold and stuff for a Pinot Noir. Like it's like.
Oh, I need to taste it. I haven't had a sip yet, so still working on the bottle of D'Angelo Dolce Vita Rosso from Christmas. There you go. I told you guys, this wine will last for 2 months. Every time you can open the bottle, give it a little splash, keep working at it. This wine doesn't fade. This wine is a tank. This wine spent 7 years in barrel. It's fortified. This is like, I mean, and by the way, I went and I saw Sal 2 days ago, and now he confirmed to me that bottle's going to go up in price early March. Early March, it's going up in price.
We got ours at a good time. All y'all.
Yeah, but because he's waiting for the half bottle. He's going to split it. He's going to have some of the half bottle going in, and the 750 is going up.
Honestly, that kind of fortified red usually goes in half bottles, and you buy a half bottle for the same price as what he's charging right now for a full bottle. So that's why it's such a crazy good deal. The best one that, according to Carl, best fortified wine he's ever tasted from Canada. 95 points, I think.
Oh, this is good. What's in your glass?
The one I tasted you on?
There's so much energy in that wine.
Isn't there?
There's so much. Lots of flower. It's super floral, potpourri almost. In terms of fruit, you have red cherry, a little hint of pomegranate in there, which keeps the acid level pretty high. But there's some licorice. There is an underline of licorice and graphite, and that graphite leads me to one kind of grape, Mira.
Tell me.
When I say graphite.
Cap Sauv?
Cap Sauv. But it's not 100% Cap Sauv.
So I think Merlot really is Carl's nemesis, because I got to tell you, Carl Boucher, you were right on your first instinct when you said, I would say it's a Merlot, but.
I'm talking about yours, babe, and the wine that is in your glass. I'm talking to you about the wine in your glass. I just tasted the same wine that you have in your glass. I'm just giving you hints of what's in your glass.
Hints.
Yes, because I'm tasting it at the same time than you. I
thought you already know what's in my glass.
I know what's in it, but I haven't tasted it. So I'm tasting it with you, telling you what I'm tasting.
Oh, because you don't know the blend. Because you're not sure of the blend.
I know. I have the freaking bottles. I'm trying to help you.
You're trying to help me. Okay. Vicky, nice to see you.
Jesus Christ, Mira.
Well.
So you have in your glass the Barbera Cab Sauv from Mouchadre. That's what I was saying. I was trying to describe the Cab Sauv in your glass.
Oh, okay. So maybe the Barbera is where I get that bit of like milk chocolate. I don't know.
Maybe, Mom. the Barbera bring the red cherry, the cranberry, and also the floral note. That's the Barbera. And the licorice and the graphite is from the Cab Sauv. So that's where we are with this. Boom.
Well, I love you guys too. I mean, I make no false representations. I really
So
don't
that's
know
what we have here, baby. That's in your glass. Mouchadre.
Wow. So what?
Okay,
Probably the only Barbera
Cabernet
from Canada?
Sauvignon, hey?
Like there's only like 2-3 producers I know of that make Barbera in Canada.
Well, we have one here in BC. We have Tightrope. Tightrope is making some in BC. So yes, James, we have not Barbara, Barbera. Barbera, goddess. So Mouchadre makes two super premium wine. They are a Italian family. So on their vineyard, I think it was 7 years ago, they planted Barbera and Nebbiolo. Both of them. We tasted the Nebbiolo this weekend, and we went wild. Mira and I. Holy shit.
That was really good.
Really good. 2020
It just kept getting better as the evening progressed. That was spectacular. And funny, we had teriyaki chicken that night and went really well with the teriyaki chicken.
Okay, so here, Nebbiolo 2020. This is a 93 points Carl's Wine Club. We absolutely loved it. This wine needs a decant, though. This wine needs a decant. We let's spend what we did. We Novino it. The first glass was good. The second glass was really good, and the third glass was holy shit. So that's exactly how Saturday night happened. And that's the night that we canceled California and we decided to go to Vegas. So that Nebbiolo can lead you to make some pretty crazy decision. I'm telling you.
Yeah, so I think he has a good point. Did Mouchadre make a 100% Barbera at some point?
No, they never made the 100%. They feel that the Barbera is missing a little, but not missing. They feel that the wine is more complex with the 15% Cab Sauv in it. So it's majority Barbera, but they wanted to bring some oomph. They wanted to bring some Lake Erie, North Shore feel into it, so they put 15% of Cab Sauv in it. Okay. So, and that's exactly what I had in my glass. That's what I was describing, right? That rich cherry, like a lift of pomegranate and floral. That totally described Barbera. It is exactly the Italian Barbera, but that's that line of graphite and licorice that comes right across the wine with the spicy finish. That's really the Cab Sauv who brings much more to the often simple Barbera grape. So, yeah. So, yes, Vicky, that's the part I don't want to talk about because this is their top of the line. Like Mouchadres are really known for their super price point, right? The $22 Cap Franc, the $28 Meritage, the $35, the $40 Syrah. These are outstanding. The Barbera and the Nebbiolo are at 80. These are that very small plot, like they make 75 cases of each. These are 3 barrels of each of the wines. Let me check here on the Nebbiolo.
What's the vintage on that?
No. Sorry. 38 cases of the Nebbiolo in 2020. 38 cases. 38 cases for the Nebbiolo. And when it's time for the Barbera, it is... Man, that it sucks to age.
You can't see what it says. Put your glasses back on, no?
Yeah, 40 cases of the Barbera Cab.
And so, what's the vintage on those?
2020.
2020. Okay.
Both are 2020 vintage. They are, it's like the Nebbiolo absolutely blew my socks off. It's a Pinot Noir with grip. It's a Pinot Noir with a little bit of earthy underline, but I mean, it's worth trying. Oh man, a little bit of chocolate in my Pinot Noir as well with the Nebbiolo. That's a little bit how I described it, right? A grippy Pinot Noir with spice at the end. So really unique. I mean, if you taste the old world Nebbiolo, if you have in your cellar some Barolos, so that's 100% Nebbiolo. Try that. And this is a very good representation of the old world Barolo. So yeah, James, you're right. It's Ontario Barolo from the Lake Erie North Shore. Outstanding, really good, really good. And that's the second vintage. I tasted the 2016 in the past, and they don't make these wines every year. They exclusively make the Nebbiolo and the Barbera on exceptional year. And they were good in 16, but the vineyard were very, very young. Now in 2020, I mean, these are by no means like old vines. They're still, I would say, just around 10 years old. But holy shit, I saw the progression. And what I told Mira about that, I was like, you know what? It's $80. It's in the super premium category. That's my point. I was like, but. It's so cool to see the progression of this from the 16 to the 20. I see the trajectory. I see where it's going. This little plot, this little block of Nebbiolo might be iconic very soon.
It's very special. Hey, 2008 is when they planted the Nebbiolo and the Barbera.
Okay, so now see, we're at 15 years old, but that was that was 13 years old at 12 years old at the time of the harvest.
That's right. Yeah. 12 years. And I think for vines, 10 years and up, that's when they like really come into their prime.
Well, they're teenagers, right? They're teenagers, so they're feisty, they're energetic, they want to grow. So it has to be tender very well in the vineyard. They have to be managed very well in the vineyard. They have to drop fruit. You can't leave too much cluster on the vines because they want to grow. Like any teenager, right? I mean, they have to be slowed down a bit. But the wines are full of energy, so it's really, really cool. Wow, love that guy. Bye. See you next time. Yeah, but James has a very good point here. Amazing point. Good luck finding a Barolo at under $80. Absolutely.
I think with the HST break, these ones are under 80, but yeah. I mean, Carl,
that's a good point, Mira. That's a good point.
Yeah. So we were actually just talking about this today, how there's this myth that Canadian wines are overpriced. And sometimes we take things out of context and look at it and be like, oh, an $80 wine. Oh my God, that's a lot. But you're totally right. I mean, if you put it side by side with some of the other varietals in such small batch and such quality, and I think 2020 has a lot to do with it. The vintage of
absolutely. It helps develop much more warmer characteristic. So yeah, an absolute hit on the Nebbiolo. The Barbera, I would say, to me, at that price point, right? Like I always do, always bringing the price point in the equation. I have to be careful though, because if it reacts like the Nebbiolo, this wine needs an hour or two before showing its true color. But I would say probably 91 points for the Barbera Cab.
Yeah, we'll have to revisit
very long finish here though. Very, very long finish for the Barbera Cab. So that's what's in your glass, Mira.
Very cool.
Very cool. So now I go back to my my Merlot.
I wasn't too crazy, too crazy to say that like it's grippy. I might say something bigger, but then I'm thinking, oh, like there's some things that remind me of Pinot Noir. Like,
oh no, you were not far off. I mean, I didn't really want to blind taste you. It's just when I went to pour your glasses, you were not looking at me. So by fact, you got blind tasted, and I just wanted to, and I just wanted to play with you just a bit. So I mean,
love it. Well, you are being blind tasted though, but I've already given away that it's a Merlot.
Yeah, but you did. I didn't call it before.
You called it at first, but then Merlot is your nemesis because you've done this like 3 times on this show where it's a Merlot, and you say, "Oh, if I didn't know better, I'd say it's a Merlot." And then you second guess yourself. But
and it's been twice that I second guess my Merlot grape, and I say Malbec.
I did that
twice. Yeah. I did that twice.
Yeah, that's true. This time.
So, what, Ontario Merlot?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Definitely. What vintage is the Mouchadre that you have open, the Mouchadre Merlot? From
2020.
It's a 2020. Okay.
2020. You have something a little younger in your in my glass?
Younger than 2020? No.
Yeah, that's mean like 21 or 22.
No.
No?
No. Why do you say that? Because it's so vibrant?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's nice grip. Oh man, it makes your mouth.
Oh yeah, it is grippy.
Yeah, I love this wine, but you're right, it's a baby.
It's a baby, so it's younger than 2020. That's what I said.
Not, but it's acting like a baby.
Ah, okay. It's like an adult teenager.
Well, it's another one you probably have to decant if you're going to open it this young. So
interesting. So, what? $35?
I don't know. I have no idea. Let me find out. 1 second.
Is it 2019?
No.
Because if it's 2019, it would make sense. A colder vintage, you react a little differently, it takes longer.
No.
No.
No. So that's not it. It's the straight up Merlot. Let me see. Possibly sold out. We didn't taste it fast enough.
If it's what? It's Ontario, it's crunchy. There's not a ton of oak in there. So I would say it's probably 25, between 25 and 30.
Leslie's just, I see your message, Leslie. Have you missed the Mouchadre offer? No, it's coming next week.
That's coming. That's coming. And that's going to be a good one. And that's going to be an incredible one because in that we have that Syrah, the 2020 Syrah, which is not in pre-release. We have that I gave 94 points. There's a 92 plus points Cabernet Franc at $22, including tax, which is absolutely freaking outstanding. Also, the Meritage, who was one of the best value Meritage at $30 on the whole Red Blend Marathon. So this is only 3 of the 8 wines. That Nebbiolo, it's going to be in the bonus option with the Barbera Cab because they're much more expensive. But if you have to choose between one of the 2, that Nebbiolo, get 1 or 2 in your cellar. It's so cool. So cool. I hear it. Like, that's how we booked the Vegas trip. I mean, sipping on that Nebbiolo and getting the kids excited on Las Vegas. So that Nebbiolo leads
So for those of you asking, are we in California? We're not in California yet, obviously. Tomorrow we will be in Southern California. Well, we will be in San Francisco tomorrow. So very far from the fires, like many hours away from the fires. And we were supposed to be in Las Vegas or Los Angeles this weekend, and then in Disney World next week. But we will not be doing that because of the fires, which is so tragic and horrible. And I just think, gosh, they just need their space to be able to take care of that absolute catastrophe that's happening there. So sad.
I mean, they don't need us. They don't need they don't need a couple of tourists with 3 kids wants to have the time of their life. They sure don't need us down there. So no, we're staying in Northern California for 2 days. We're going to be, guys, in San Francisco for 2 days, and after that, driving. I'm pretty excited. Driving from San Francisco to Las Vegas, spending 3 nights, 4 days in Vegas.
Yeah. So you know what we're going to do? Because in Monterey, we're going to be at the Free the Grapes conference. It's this big conference. It's been going on for decades in the States. And it's how the wineries in the United States have gotten together. And the conference is a fundraiser to fund their lobbying to free up the restrictions amongst the states. We think we have it bad here, that it's hard to ship wine, from Ontario to BC and all this kind of stuff. Well, they have that times 10. I mean, they have 48, 49 different jurisdictions for wine that they have to balance out. So we'll be there speaking at the conference. And guess what? Next Wine Wednesday, when we interview Melissa Mouchadre and we're featuring Mouchadre, we'll be down there in Monterey. And we're going to try and bring some Canadian wine with us and taste it with some Monterey wine. It'll be pretty fun.
Oh, man. Mira, I just tasted that.
Cab Sauv 21. Nice.
Fucking fantastic.
Yes. That's awesome. These guys
Oh,
are
and there's some white pepper who lingers forever at the end. Oh.
Wow, that's exciting. Well,
God,
I gotta get that in my glass.
Oh, that is so good. So good. Oh, that's the longest finish of all of these, of all of the wines.
Wow, that's exciting.
It just keeps going and keeps going. Can you tell me the price for the Cab Sauv, please?
21 Mouchadre Cab Sauv. Yes, and then we have a great question here. How would you say that the Lake Erie North Shore Barbera that we just talked about?
Oh no, he's talking about Barolo, not the Barbera. Mira, he's talking about the Barolo. Barolo, so he means the Nebbiolo. So
the Nebbiolo.
Barolo is the village, okay, in the Piemonte, which is the region. There's a village of Barolo. That region, there's the Barolo region and Barbera, the Barbera d'Asti, which the grape of Barbera, but the Barolo wines are made of Nebbiolo. So Nebbiolo is the grape varietal. So what would the fears? So thanks for the question here. I think this is loved the wine. So thanks for the question. Very, very good question. So I spent time in the Piemonte. I stayed for 3 nights right there, right on the hill of Barolo. Tasted multiple of the producer. What I would say, in the grand scheme of thing, there's a very good typicity of the grape that coming out of the Lake Erie North Shore at Mouchadre. The typicity of the grape is fairly representative of what it is for a Barolo. Now, this is, I would say, it's much younger. It's much more vibrant. There's that very classic red to dark cherry. It's like of a Pinot Noir with grip. So there's a little bit of blue plum. There's some earthiness. I get very much similarity, but not with as much depth, not as much minerality, not as much complexity on the finish, and the frame of acidity is absolutely beautiful on that Nebbiolo from the Lake Erie North Shore, which also is always a great component of the Nebbiolo grape, and the Barolos are crisp. The Barolos are bright in acid, and it can last forever. These wines will age for a very long time. Now we're looking at that 2020 Lake Erie North Shore Nebbiolo. I would say the aging potential in that, probably 8 to 12 years. These are not cru Barolo, obviously. These are younger vines, but you're getting there. And there's that typicity of varietals, which is getting me really excited. So, yeah.
That's amazing. Yeah, like it tastes like it's supposed to taste.
Yeah, there's not like, this is like good, but not really what I was expecting. No, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's absolutely delicious. Like it made our night the other night. It was super unexpectedly awesome. Like just fantastic. And I think if we go back to what you're blind tasting there, Carl.
Yeah.
And by the way, I think Musha Dre joined us. So Melissa Musha Dre, if you're there, hello, hello. Hopefully we can have you on the show next Wine Wednesday or maybe a little.
Melissa, if you're listening, I owe you an email back. It started. I haven't finished it. Sorry, we're recording our TV series episode. I've been swamped. I haven't replied to you, but yes, it's going to be done before I go to bed tonight, before we leave for California tomorrow. But you're going to have a full reply on our feature next week. And we are so excited. And I think the members are also very freaking excited to get their hands on your wines again. So before we move on the wine that you're blind tasting me, Mira.
Yes, I wanted to tell you how much you asked me how much the 21 Cap Sauv from Dre is.
Yes.
With the HST break, it's $33.50. So
that's freaking awesome. That is freaking awesome. The length of that Cap Sauv is spectacular. Spectacular.
Very well done.
Love it. I love it. I love it. I mean, this is easily 92 points. Easily. Very, very easy. Like I might go a little higher when this wine keeps opening up, because I just opened these wines at like
these were pop and pours
at 440, at 430.
You guys saw me open up the one that I brought up to Carl, so it's been half an hour. And like you said, it feels like a baby, this one. I still have not found, you asked me the price of the one you're blind tasting. I am just looking if I can find that one right now.
Man, I love that 21 Cab. Only 200 cases made for the 2021 Cab. All of these wines are very small batches wine. That Cap Franc, that I think it's one of the best value wine in the country. We're looking at that. I think is the biggest production here. It's at 400 cases. So yeah, all of these wines are very small, tiny batches. There's a tag here that gold medal at All Canadian. I knew that wine was outstanding.
There you
go. I knew it.
Nice.
So, that's a question I can't wait to ask Melissa next week. It's about their 2021 vintage, because I know that 2021 vintage in Niagara was fantastic until mid-September when the rain hit. The numbers were on par with 2020. And then the rain hit at second half of September. So I don't know how that same weather effect happened the same way in Lake Erie North Shore if they had that late September rain as well. But doesn't matter. These two 2021s are absolutely freaking fantastic.
Yes, absolutely. So I can't find the one that you're blind tasting right now, because I think it's a pre-release. Which would make sense. You're saying it feels kind of young, like you wanted to maybe see what that tastes like after a good decant, which we just popped and poured. But yeah, I think it's a pre-release, so I don't know what the price is, but the previous vintage was $36.
Okay.
So you're kind of close. You said what, around 35?
Yeah, that was my first guess, around $35. So
There you go.
the legs are like the concentration is fantastic. The nose is very, very Merlot on the nose, which was quite clear to me from the first sniff. The palate was more red fruit than I was expecting from what I smelled, or what made me second guess my Merlot guess. But yeah, so tell me where we're at with that.
All right, you want to know? You want to see the bottle?
Absolutely.
So you guessed correct that it's Ontario, that it's a Merlot. Price point you got pretty much bang on. So it is a Redstone.
That's Redstone. Ha! Ha! 21 vintage?
2020.
2020, eh?
Yeah. So my guess is this is going to change over the course of the night. I mean, we just popped and poured it.
Yeah.
Probably going to taste different in an hour or two.
Oh, absolutely no doubt about that. This is really cool. Really, really cool. Yeah, that's that red fruit component that was surprising. And here we're finding a little bit more that difference between the Ontario Merlot and the BC Merlot is getting more and more obvious for me. In terms of the black fruit versus the red fruit or the blue fruit. But yeah, really, really good here, especially from the bench area in Ontario. So yeah, well done, well done. This is 92 points. Like, I mean, this is fantastic. The nose is outstanding. So yeah, that Cab Sauv is really, really good. The rosé is really good. We have some highly rated wine with Mouchedre. I have to finish these scores tonight. I know that Mira.
Leslie was asking if she missed Mouchedre somehow, but no, it's coming up next week. We're giving you guys a sneak preview right now before we jet off to San Francisco and Las Vegas tomorrow. Mm-hmm. But yeah, we'll be in touch Sunday or Monday when Mouchedre is ready to go, and that'll be available all next week for Carl's Wine Club members. With that, how many wines do we have from Mouchedre, Carl?
8 wines. 8 wines. 2 whites and 6 reds. The Discovery Pack could be 1 white, 1 rosé, and 4 reds. And we're going to go with the 2 super premium Italian grape varietals on bonus pick with the Nebbiolo and the Barbera Cab Sauv blend. But keep an eye. Telling you, the Syrah was part of our Advent calendar, 94 points, 92 plus point Cabernet Franc, outstanding value. Now I'm tasting the Cab Sauv. I am over the moon with the Cab Sauv 2021. The 2021 Meritage was one of the rock star of our Red Blend Marathon. We are in a zone where this is going to be a freaking fantastic feature. I can't wait to finalize these scores.
Absolutely. Oh, that's my terrible cough I've had all week. I got to say something, okay? So we said sneak peek of what's coming up at Carl's Wine Club, okay? And Pan Canadian, obviously, in June, very excited. I'm in touch with some of you guys about accommodations. We'll get those booked up probably by the end of the weekend. Funny, we're going on vacation, so I feel like I have all this time the next few days to do things like that, like plan the next vacation, right? But
which is, by the way, the Pan Canadian Master Wine Masterclass is not a vacation. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you feel like it, but it's exciting. It's one of the most exciting time of the year, but this is not a vacation.
It's not a vacation, but for me, like once you get there, it's like being at like your own wedding or something. Like you've done a lot of planning and then now you just get to kind of enjoy it, hopefully, if the planning's gone well, right? But no, what I wanted to say is that 2025, I mean, it's our 5-year anniversary. Many of you guys have weighed in on the logo, which we really appreciate. There'll be more requests for feedback coming up, like a survey, just ways we can make the club the best it's ever been. And what I also wanted to say was shout out to our new members, Robin and Pamela. That's awesome. They're sending us their favorite wines. They just signed up. Big fans of Sauv Blanc and Rosé.
Wow. Now that's coming up. That's coming
Italian
up.
reds, Spanish Riojas, full-bodied reds for the great medium rare steak. Love it, you guys. We are your people. That's going to be fun. So what I want to say about that is welcome, you guys. And if you know other wine lovers that would enjoy being part of this Canadian Wine Discovery community, send them our way. It's free to join. It's a lot of fun. You discover all these wineries that you probably would not even know exist in your own Canadian backyard if you don't go out there yourself and scour wine country like we do all the time. So yeah, it's a great way to discover some new gems. Lots of fun. So we want to grow the club. We'll put some numbers behind that. We'll help put out some kind of goals and see if we can reach them. If we all share with one friend, I bet we could do it. So it'll be lots of fun.
Help us grow. Help us grow. We have so much good stuff for you guys in the pipeline. We can wait. I have to run because I have a 16-year-old that I have to pick up at school. And I have suitcases to pack. I have a TV show that I have to film. There's a few things that we have to do. So
a lot going on tonight. So I think we better run, but it's been so great to chat with you guys. Great to blind taste to Carl Boucher. We have a 2019 Painted Rock Red Icon that came in at number 4 in the Red Blends Marathon that we did recently. They have agreed to give us another case of it. So there's actually at this point 11 bottles left. But that was the only one of our top 10 that was not on the market. So we begged and pleaded and we're like, please give us 1 case, 2 cases. They gave us 1 and we have 1 more now. So if you are interested in that wine, it is close to $100. It is.
It's a 2019 Red Icon from Painted Rock. I give it a 94 points. John Schreiner, 94 plus. John Schreiner gave it a 95 points. This wine won gold medal as well at the Wine Line All Canadian. So this is one of the highest awarded wine in the country. This wine doesn't exist. It's not on the website anymore. It's not even in the library. It's gone, but we got a case of it. Yeah.
So we have 11 left. So we might send an email to some of you that we know like reds in the next few days. So you could have, 1 bottle, 2 bottles, 6 bottles, whatever strikes your fancy. We could always include in a future shipment from the Okanagan out to you guys. But yeah, that's one exciting thing. And there'll be many more. So next time we see you guys, we will be in Monterey. We will hopefully be tasting Monterey wine along with Canadian wine.
Okay, I would say, hey, here you go. I make a deal. If I go, I will be in Vegas for 4 days and 3 nights. If I go somewhere and I find a Canadian wines on a wine list or anywhere in a wine cellar, I promise to go live
right away.
I promise to go live. I'm going live. Doesn't matter where I'm at. We don't go to casinos, but I can't go live if I'm in a casino. I'm going to get kicked out. Yeah, if I find a Canadian wine in Las Vegas, I'm coming live.
Yeah. And so San Francisco, Monterey, Las Vegas, there better be some Canadian wine out there. I'm telling you. Don't count the mass-produced stuff.
Exactly. Yeah, that doesn't count, but it doesn't make it down there because it's anyway. Okay, Mouchadre from Lake Erie North Shore, one of the greatest hidden gem in the country, coming your way next week, this weekend, early next week. So stay with us, Canadian wine lovers, Cars Wine Club members. See you next time.
Great night.